Okay, so we are in section 1.2 of our unit. So the second thing we're going to talk about is adding rational numbers. So here's the definition of a rational number, which we talked about last class. So a rational number is any number that can be written in the form of m over n, which is a fraction, but m and n have to be integers, which means that they have to be whole number, positive, or negative numbers. It can't be decimals, it has to be positive or negative. So again, m over n is a fraction. So the question is, how do we add or subtract fractions? So the big thing that you need to remember when you're adding and subtracting fractions is that you need to have common denominators. So what that means is the bottom part of the fraction needs to have the same number. And the way we do that is we have to multiply the denominator and the numerator by a certain number so that we can have the same denominator. So I'll go through a couple examples, but big thing again is you need to find common denominators. So here's example 1. We have negative 5 over 8 plus negative 7 over 2. So you're adding two negatives together, so your answer should become more negative. So then, again, key thing, you need to find common denominators. So these are my denominators, 8 and 2. So what are the common denominators between these two numbers? So what I can do is I can multiply the 2 on the bottom here, multiply it by 4, because 2 times 4 is 8. So then, hey, they're common denominators now. So 8 is the common denominator. But the thing is here, whatever you do to the bottom part of the fraction, you also need to do to the top part of the fraction. So you can't just multiply the denominator by 4, you have to multiply numerator and denominator by 4. Okay, so here is what I get. Our first fraction doesn't change, plus, now since I multiplied this new fraction by 4, I'm going to keep the negative in front. So 7 times 4 is 28, divided by 2 times 4 is 8. So now, as you can see, we have common denominators. They're both 8. So all you need to do now is add your numerators. So negative 5 plus negative 28. So again, you should become more negative. So the answer to that is negative 33 over 8. So you could leave your fraction like this, or if you want to reduce it or change it to a mixed number, 8 goes into 33 4 times with 1 left over. Okay? So that's the first one. So key thing again is you want to add, or you want to find common denominators, then you want to add your numerators together. Let's go to example number 2. So I have a proper fraction and I'm adding a mixed number. So the first thing I need to do is I need to change my mixed number. I need to change my mixed number to an improper fraction. So I'm just going to rewrite this. And then I'm going to change 2 and 1 over 6 to an improper fraction, which is 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13 over 6. All right, so my second step, find common denominators. So I need to find common denominators between 4 and 6. So I realize that 12 is the common denominator, so I need to multiply 6 by 2. But I also have to multiply the numerator by 2. 4 times 3 will get me 12. I have to also multiply the numerator by 3. So this is what I'm going to get for my new fraction. Negative 1 over, no, that's wrong. Negative 3 over 4, oops, over 12 actually. Negative 3 over 12 plus 26 over 12. So now I just have to add my numerators. Add my numerators. So I have negative 3 plus 26, which is 23 over 12. And if I want to change this to a mixed number, I would get 1 and 11 over 12. So that's my answer. We have one more example to go through. So what if they're both mixed numbers? So the first step again is you want to change both mixed numbers into improper fractions. So remember, if there's a negative, don't do negative 3 times 3, just do 3 times 3 plus 1, add the negative. So this is going to be 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So it's negative 10 over 3 plus 2 times 6 is 12 plus 5 is 17 over 6. Second step, I got to find common denominators. So I realized the common denominators between 3 and 6 is 6. So I simply just need to multiply 3 by 2. And then here is my new fraction. 20 over 6 plus 17 over 6. Then I need to add my numerators. So minus 20 plus 17 gets me negative 3 over 6, which is the same as negative 1/2. And that's my answer. So hopefully this video was helpful. So take a look at the practice questions if you need to. And that's it.